So, LaVar, should Dak feel disrespected by the Cowboys?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why? What did you just say, Rick? They offered him reportedly
$35 million offer.
Now that's interesting.
$45 million is what Mahomes makes. So right behind Patrick Mahomes.
Well, here's why I say this is disrespectful. They offered him $35 million last year. Reportedly, he gets injured. So I know the value in the market goes up, but did an injured Dak Prescott's value in the market go up? No, it did not, because he didn't play enough football for him to raise the value of who he is as a player. So you still have to lean on that built-up equity as a player that Dak has proven on the field. Now, $35 million. You're about ready to give him the franchise tag, the second consecutive franchise tag. $37.7 million. That's $2 million more than what you've offered him as a long-term average of the money that you're going to make yearly. So you're really okay with giving him a franchise tag that's going to pay him somewhere in between the middle of where you offered and what he wants, but you're not willing to give him the entirety of giving him a long-term deal. At least say, we'll give you 37.7 like the salary, the franchise tag would call for. You do not want to pay him the figure that he wants. Let it be made known. Why? Because the more you do this, the more people like us have to come on television and try to justify why the Dallas Cowboys will not make that true commitment to what they say is their guy, their franchise QB, their guy that's going to take them to the Super Bowl, our win-now quarterback, but you won't pay him win-now money. You won't pay him go to the Super Bowl money. You won't pay him that this is our guy money. So just say that you don't want to do that, because the longer you allow these things to kind of play out the way that they are, and you look at silly things like, oh, we'll give you the franchise tag consecutively, and that franchise tag is more than what we offered you, but we won't offer you a real deal. That's disrespect. And in some ways, you got to feel like it diminishes and it devalues how we're looking at what Dak Prescott brings to the table as a quarterback.
I'm with you. He's definitely being disrespected. And for me, when I hear that word disrespect, it carries a lot of weight. And it allows me, I'm a very self-reflecting individual. And so when I hear disrespect, the first thing that comes to mind is there's either something that I have done or I haven't done that warrants you to treat me in such a way. And when I look at Dak Prescott in this situation, I don't see that. He has done everything that they have asked, that our expectations were from the media, that we wanted to see, that everybody wanted to see. Can he carry this team? You give him Amari Cooper. Okay, his play got better. It improved. You continue to add pieces around him, and his play elevates. You say he's not accurate. His accuracy jumps. He becomes even more of a leader and more of an alpha on the football field. He's doing everything, with the exception of creating wins to where they get to the postseason. And the last time that I checked, when I'm negotiating my contract, or I was negotiating my contract, I didn't talk about the team's overall success. It was based on my statistical numbers and what I was doing. And that sounds selfish, but that's exactly what the team is going to do when they're looking at you. Well, how do you compare to your counterparts? Well, when you look statistically, he compares very well. He's won games. It hasn't been playoff worthy. But when I look at Dak Prescott, he's done everything. He's even rehabbing, from what I'm reading, with the Dallas Cowboys organization. He's trying everything within his power to show this team that I am all in, but yet you can't be all in on me. Another thing, he has a football field in his backyard. He does things the right way. This is a guy that is constantly trying to improve on his game whenever, wherever he possibly can. So what more do the Dallas Cowboys need to see out of Dak Prescott? So yes, he is being disrespected, because when I look at, like I said, the word disrespect, it's either something you have done or haven't done to warrant what they're going to do. And with Dak Prescott, what is it that he is not doing? What is it that he is unwilling to do? He's done everything, and he's been willing to do any and everything with the exception of agreeing to your terms on a deal. So that's it. That's it. Outside of that, his play, it's been great. It hasn't equated to wins, but you can't solely put that on the shoulder of Dak Prescott. You have to then, as a general manager, Jerry Jones, and as a head coach, Mike McCarthy, and whoever there before, you have to put some of that ownership on them.
The main thing is the main thing, and the main thing is the money.
Oh.
That's where it comes down to. And it's not,
of course,
yes, he's being disrespected, but it's not the amount of money that he's being offered, because it's commensurate with what Dak Prescott is worth as a quarterback. He has not proved that he's Russell Wilson. He hasn't proved that he's Patrick Mahomes. The disrespect is that the Cowboys keep talking about him as if they view him as Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes, and yet they're not willing to pay him. So they're talking out of both sides of their mouths and that to me is the disrespectful part here. You can't say Dak is our guy. We believe in Dak. He's a franchise quarterback. And then you're not willing to pay him franchise money. Now, I understand that the distinction here, from what I understand, is that Jerry is expecting new TV money to come in. And he wants to sign him to a long-term deal that bleeds into the new TV money, so that at the back end of Dak's contract, if they're not certain how much they're paying him in the front, when they get to the back end, the percentage that it's going to take of the salary cap, the Cowboys are going to be in a very sweet place. Well, Dak and his agent know that. So they're like, no. We want a shorter deal so that when the TV money comes in, we can re-up and get a bigger deal. That, to me, I think is some of the timing here and the battle over the length of the contract. But that said, again, if he's your guy, if he's the Cowboys guy, then you figure it out and you pay him more up front and you get it done, as opposed to treating him like the Washington football team treated Kirk Cousins. And when it comes to respect, anything that the Washington football team did to Kirk Cousins was not respectful anyway, anyhow. And if that's relative to how Dak, whatever Dak is or he isn't, he doesn't deserve to be treated like Kirk Cousins by the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, listen, you're recovering from a serious leg injury. To get that injury, and that's the reason, Greg, you and I both know this, that is the one reason why nobody wants to take a franchise tag. I can get hurt. It might look like a lot of money, people, and it is, but in comparison to what it could be, if you have the stability of having the commitment that you're giving to your team and your team giving you that same commitment, that's what makes things work. So I think this is going to be something that we got to pay attention to and see how it's going to play out. But we're going to leave the gridiron and we're going to jump on that hardwood. You know, Greg knows a little bit about that. Nah, Rick Bucher, not so much.